here. Now let me go around the league quickly, then right back to baseball. Chiefs over the Texans last night. Watt out for the season. Watson, the 5 touchdown passes, he's racked them up the last couple of weeks, although some of that was, without question, just icing on the cake of a game that was already over. Kansas City continues to do whatever it needs to do and did it yesterday and really broke the game open with a couple of big plays, of course, early in the fourth quarter, especially the Hill punt return after the Thomas touchdown, then the Hill touchdown right after it, bing, and that was it. And then they gave up a couple of touchdowns, but again, they're the only undefeated team. They continue to play well, so we'll hear more from them. Texans lose. They played very well defensively last year when Clowney and Merciless were the forces there without Watt. Now they'll be without Watt again for the season. What a stunning loss for Steelers yesterday to be played that way. There's a lot of problems inside that Steeler team right now. First of all, the Steelers play down to their opponents, especially at home. They've done that a lot. But there's a lot of stuff going on inside that team. Roethlisberger, talk of him not coming back next year. The problems with Brown. I mean, all the stuff that's gone on. Bryant hasn't had the season everybody thought he would have. So Brown got targeted plenty yesterday. He caught 10 passes, so maybe that makes him smile even in a loss. But for them to get beat 30-9 at home by the Jaguars says something about where the Jaguars are headed, and it also says something about the Steelers' inconsistency right now. The Eagles jumped on the Cardinals early. They had them 21-0 in the first quarter and coasted to a 34-7 win. Philly and Carolina both at 4-1 play a big game on Thursday night. Eagles are playing well. Their quarterback's playing well. Give them plenty of credit. They manhandled Arizona yesterday. Arizona is not nearly what it's been the last couple of years. They're not that good anymore. And Eagles are clearly up and coming, as is Carolina, which won yesterday at Detroit. Detroit made a late run at them with the touchdown passes in the fourth quarter, but Carolina now moves to 4-1. How about Carolina at 4-1, Atlanta at 3-1, New Orleans and Tampa both playing 500 ball. Very good division there, but you got Green Bay at 4-1. You have Carolina and Atlanta with 1 loss. You have Philly with 1 loss. Those teams right now, I still think Atlanta's the class, but Carolina's dangerous. Eagles playing well, so Philly, Carolina Thursday night's a very, very big game. Pittsburgh plays at Kansas City next week. That's a big game, one that definitely bears watching next week. Ravens over the Raiders without Carr, no surprise there. The Panthers and Lions we mentioned. The Bengals, once they made a change at offensive coordinator, it's made a big difference. They were able to hold off the Bills yesterday, and if Dalton hadn't turned it over, this game would have been a one-sided game. Bengals had to score late and put the game away. But, again, that's a big win for them. They've won back-to-back games. They could have even won the Green Bay game, so they could have won 3 in a row. They're right back in it right now at 2-3, so they've salvaged their season. The Bills have been playing well. You can't blame them for that loss. Seahawks beat the Rams in a game that was very important for the Seahawks. That was a game that Seahawks were going to show you something. Rams turned the ball over 5 times. That killed them. Absolutely killed them in the game. You can't go in there and turn that. You can't play at home against Seattle and turn the ball over like that. They got shut out in the second half. But the Rams are clearly improving. But Seattle shows you they're still right now the team in that division, no matter what. Although the Rams are clearly headed in the right direction. Colts win against the Niners, who are just happy to lose these games. The Niners had their chances. Again, tied it up late. Sent it to overtime, had their chance there, but Vinatieri with a 51-yarder to win it in overtime. So the Colts have won 2 games. They get Tennessee this week. We don't know when Luck's coming back. Dolphins beat the Titans again without Mariota, with Casella at quarterback. So in a lackluster game there, when these teams lose their quarterbacks, not the same teams under any circumstances. And then Green Bay, Dallas takes the lead. They just didn't hold the ball for the entire rest of the game. If they had done that, they left 1:13 on the clock. That was way too much because he scores with 11 seconds left. The best player in this league by a wide margin, and what a brilliant performance by Rodgers yesterday. Just unbelievable, the performance he made in what was a classic game. The Cowboys and the Packers play the best football in this league right now. Those 2 teams have taken it to an art form right now when they play each other. They have played some classically good games, and really it's it's been Aaron Rodgers finding a way against the Cowboys time and time again. When Prescott made what was a great play call and a great play fake on the 11-yard run, I'm sure Cowboy fans all over the place rejoiced. But you should have looked at the clock, because I said, hey, 1:13, they just had a great, long, brilliant drive, but they left too much time on the clock. I meant for them to tie the game up, not thinking he'd get all the way to the end zone. He did. Aaron Rodgers is the best, not only the best player in the league, he's the best quarterback physically I have ever seen. That's how good he is. Big games this week, of course, the Jets and the Pats. You have Philly at Carolina on Thursday. The Jets and the Pats. The Giants don't want to be in Denver, but they are on a Sunday night. Green Bay at Minnesota is a pretty interesting game. So that one's Detroit at New Orleans is a pretty interesting game. And then you have Pittsburgh at Kansas City. The Monday night is a ho-hummer with Indianapolis at Tennessee. Who knows what the quarterback situation's going to be there. Buffalo, Dallas, Seattle, Cincinnati have the week off.